Hello everybody, welcome to the Comic Gamer Movie Show. My name is Deshaun, and today I am here to review the new Disney Plus series that just came out, I think yesterday, American-Born Chinese. Now, American-Born Chinese is based off of a book that came out quite a while ago. And the book, I think it's a comic, but I think it's like an actual book. And in short, the book is a lot like Percy Jackson. The Percy Jackson books and the movies, to a lesser extent, were about a kid who was really a coming-of-age story with mythology. And the Percy Jackson movies focused on Greek mythology, with the main character, Percy Jackson, being the son of Poseidon. And that being a big deal, and what comes with being a demigod and all that stuff. And the book series itself is fun. The movies left a lot to be desired, but I've always believed that Percy Jackson series of books that came out back when I was a kid had a lot of potential to be something really cool. But Disney Plus is also doing that series. They finished doing that series, so that should be coming out any time now, maybe in a few months from now. But we heard the announcement about this show being produced by the guy who directed Shang-Chi, and of course, when you hear that guy, after this came out very shortly after that he was presing this and working on this, and I believe he directed like the first few of the episodes. I always forget his name. It's Daniel Cretton. I think that's his name. Either way, great. He did a great job with Shang-Chi. So after watching Shang-Chi, you hear he's producing something else like this, and you read the actual book or you read up on the book, and you're like, this seems awesome. And then you hear about the cast, just a amazing cast of great Asian actors who I've seen in many things, including the legendary Michelle Yeoh. Obviously, when you get her on board with something, which to be fair, she was in Shang-Chi, so. And quite a few of the actors in this movie were in Shang-Chi. Also, quite a few of these movies were in another movie called Everything Always All the Time. I can't remember if that's the name of it, the name of the movie, but I remember hearing it was a fantastic movie. Still to this day, haven't seen it because by the time I was willing to go see it, it was out of the theater. So one day I'll see that movie and maybe even review it. But either way, the story of American-Born Chinese is the show is very Spider-Man / Miss Marvel-like. And I'm talking about the best parts of Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel was amazing at showing the Pakistani and Americans' perspective, angle, position on Earth, not on Earth, in America, position, and where they're coming from and how their heritage is, and how being, coming, and when your parents are from another country and all you've known is this country, having to balance heritage with being just a normal kid in America and trying to not stand out, and how that and not maybe fitting the mold of what you would imagine other kids would be doing. And they kind of play with that in this as well, and they do an amazing job playing with that with the main protagonist, Jin. And the story is about, ironically, Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, who is one of my favorite mythological characters of all time. I'm a huge mythology person, big time. Love mythology. And Sun Wukong is one of my favorites. Obviously, Journey to the West and all many things. Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, inspired basically all of anime, if you want to be real. Almost every major anime character, especially in the early 90s, can pretty much obviously Goku with the tail and the fucking staff, but there's a lot that can pretty much directly, the Journey to the West, in a way, if you really read it, it was the first manga. It's a manga. It's over the top. It's ridiculous. The Monkey King's eating a lot of food. He's getting in fights, and it's over the top. Especially, I don't want to get into the details of it, but just put it this way: I love the Monkey King. I love his staff. I love his vibe. So the show is about his son. Obviously, this is many years after Journey to the West and whatnot. Monkey King's been in the Jade, part of the Jade Empire. Top brass for a while now, and apparently he had a son who, a lot like him, is rambunctious and courageous and cocky and brave and all these. Confident. Brave is the word, or confident and whatnot. And Monkey King's chilled out. He's kind of a chill. He's not an old man, but he's a chill. I mean, he's 40,000 years old, so he is an old man by definition. But he's chill, and he's trying to teach his son not to but go down the same path he does. But his son has a dream about stopping some other godlike deity from destroying the Jade Empire. So he steals the Roy G. Bang, which is his father's golden staff, and goes down to Earth to find the fourth scroll. Now, if you've ever read Chinese mythology, you know that the Buddha made 3 scrolls, and I forget what they were what those scrolls equate to, but it said that he made these 3 scrolls, and they're like the primordial scrolls of the world or whatnot. And the idea in the show is that he secretly made another scroll, but it was like the scroll of power, and he pretty much like hid it on Earth. He hid it on Earth, and no one even, it's been so long ago since it happened, none of the gods, none of the, Chinese gods or anyone, they don't even believe it's even down there. But the Monkey King's son, I think his name's, I think it's Wang? I think it's Wang, but I can't remember. Either way, the Monkey King's son, he has a dream about it, almost like a prophecy type dream, and heads down to Earth to find the 4th scroll. And enters Jin. Now, Jin is just a normal, Asian American kid trying to get by, trying to figure life out, trying to figure out who he is, trying to just talk to a girl. You know how, the usual coming of age shit. Trying to figure out who he is and whatnot. And all of a sudden, and it's very funny how they play with a lot of the Asian stereotypes. And you can just tell that this was written with like personal experience. Like some of the stuff, like the whole thing with the reason Jin even has to hang out with the Monkey King's son in the first place is because since he was not the only Asian kid, but he's one of the only Asian kids in his classes. They were like, he's gonna pal around with you because you guys have a lot in common. What? Because we're both Asian? And the awkwardness people have, particularly white people, when they're trying to be overly polite about certain racial things, and it just makes it seem even more racist. It's like, it would almost be better if you weren't trying. And there's a lot of funny moments like that. The show is funny as hell anyways with that kind of stuff. But it's a great story. Also, this is one of the shows that do such an amazing job of playing with its budget. It knows I hate, like, often one of the hang-ups with a lot of the MCU shows, particularly, is they write it and they film it almost unaware of the budget they have. So it's like they write it without having awareness of the budget. So then they have to cut shit out and work around the budget because they didn't write it within the budget. Whereas this show, it felt like they knew the exact amount of money they were gonna have when they were writing it, and they knew the style they were gonna go for, and then they went for it. There is a real classic, almost modernized, old school kung fu movie vibe to this, and the fight sequences are old school kung fu. I'm talking wire works, baby. I'm talking old school Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon wire works, and that's a form of martial arts and fighting and stuff that just you don't see often. Last time I saw it was in Shang-Chi, which makes sense, but you don't really see it that often anymore. And it's in this, and it's like how the action sequences are primarily made like old school kung fu movies, and it works. There's a bit of cheesiness to it. This show has heart to it. It has great messages about, well, obviously every message that comes with the whole coming of age aspect, and knowing who you are and finding out who you are, and many different things. All the mythology stuff was so fun. There was an entire episode dedicated to the Monkey King, like basically crashing a party in the Jade Empire, and that was awesome. Like, there's a lot here with the makeup and design. It's so beautiful to look at, and you know what? It's a beautiful to see. And this happened to me when I was watching Black Panther for the first time. I remember thinking to myself, like, this is pretty awesome to see this much black talent on screen in a movie that's this good, and it's not like some random shit. It's like, no, this is great. This is a lot of great black talent. And I was thinking that watching this, like, this is great, and there's so much Asian talent, and I recognize these people. I recognize a lot of the actors. I may not remember their names, except Michelle Yeoh, obviously, but I recognize a lot of the actors. The actor who was playing the Monkey King played a character named Sonny in Into the Badlands. I remember that actor. I remember like, oh my shit, I know that guy. So like, there's a lot of that where I recognize that actor. Like I say, this is a damn good show. This show, it hasn't been getting talked about at all. And it's a damn shame, because I'm scared, like, with Disney Plus doing all this cutting and shit, that this will be another show they might cut, because they set up perfectly for a season 2, and I would want that season 2. American Born Chinese is one of the best shows I've watched this year. It's amazing. I had such a fun time with it, dude. I started watching it, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna finish this. And I just finished it's only 8 episodes. They're about 45 minutes apiece. It's written like a show, so it builds and builds and builds and builds. The action set pieces, now funny, they kind of toned down the action set piece. If it does get a season 2, I hope they can even ramp the action up even more. But yeah, dude, I have no complaints about this show. Not a damn one. American Born Chinese is, at the moment, it's a top 5 show for me this year. It's getting a 10 out of 10. I loved it, dude. The mythology stuff, the old school kung fu, great coming of age stuff, great story. Even the parents, dude, I loved it. They even gave, everybody had something. The parents had something. It was amazing, like just seeing their perspective and like I can gush about this show, but I don't want to spoil anything because I want people to go check it out on Disney Plus. American Born Chinese. Go check it out. It's a fucking great show. Especially if you're in the mythology. If you're in the if you like Miss Marvel or Spider-Man, you're gonna get a kick out of this too. If you're into Miss Marvel, Spider-Man, or in mythology, you're gonna fucking love it. So thank you guys again for joining me on the Copy Game Movie Show. Please like, subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one.